No, because the dude didn't understand that I was not lame. That's all. By the time he met me, he didn't know I was working on a plan to go off and make $25 million initially on one go into my office percent. And by the time he met me, he got lost in he created gold fever. They only got lost inside my space here. Because again, I didn't ask to be the one over here doing my 20s to go off and solder remotes together, and then go off and do PLC circuits while working outdoor into my office percent, while going off to do assembly language codes, and then go off to do a database while I'm over the League of Legends system over here. I'm going off to modify texture files and SQL files. Eventually, I'm back there inside the domain with chipware music with some of the dudes over here with the groups that go off and release certain things on the space from the open source system. With a homebrew system over here to do computer logic on the space. So by the time, with a hardcore background of a military combat unit, I spent to 19 kilos in deltas within the mechanized system. So by the time he met me, and I was ready to go off and do my dance for $25 million. It evolved to hundreds of millions of dollars and then billions of dollars on the special. And then eventually that freaking snitch around. Assumed that we were a friend, as if I was giving away free stuff. That's why I forever hate that dude so much. I said, not only is that dude over here stealing from me into my friends specific, for other reason he found some of the weirdest fucking mentally chicks that go off and be part of the church. So I was like, what goes inside their head into my office special? Do you just come out and be like, yo, is that guy over there? Let me go off and try to go off and give him my attitude, and then go off and try to somewhat catch the person on fire and make the person heated. I was like, what kind of evil ass person is that? No wonder you're in that condition that you're in over here as a person. That I don't want to be nowhere near into my office special. Yeah. Well, you see what I do inside my space over here? I stay in that space here and I chill in that space here. I'll never go be like, yo, there's this guy that's walking around the neighborhood. I'll be like, yo, let me put on my clothes real quickly. Oh, he's over there. Let me go off and run down there in the 110-degree heat. And then go off and walk half a mile just so I go off and try to annoy the person. Because I don't know that dude over here is about to go haywire and he has a gun on him and he's going to shoot me on this. That's stupid. So I said by the end of the day, I tell you, these people over there are so freaking try to be annoying into my office especially. They don't put nothing inside my office. All they do is just go off and sabotage lag and then go off and try to reset the Bible. So they go off and someone get a pat on the head. Yeah, from the prison warden. Like I said again, when my phone was somewhat locked for the time being, you have no clue how much that group really wanted to go off and try to claim that God was punishing me around the space here. And then by the time I show up in that space here, can I see your ID? I'm sorry, I left my password at home. Can you just go off and reset my phone for me? No, we cannot take your phone because of the fact that you don't have your ID. And I have to go back home. I can't find my ID if I lost my ID. So we can't connect your phone. Now I don't have a phone to be connected to. That's how petty that group will go off and be. Any little tiny issue that I might have around the space here, and eventually they go off and they gossip over the cyber space here. Over what am I doing? What might be my problem on the space here? He doesn't remember his password. His phone is not locked. His phone is locked on the space here. All sorts of stuff that's so dumb, and eventually they go off and they exploit it as much as possible. They go off and create as much a technical problem into my office space. Oh, we can't exchange this check for you. Because of the fact that it's not signed in the back into my office, especially, it's endorsed to somebody else. Oops, I'm sorry, but you don't have all sorts of stuff. We can't go off and unlock this account because of the fact that I said, oh my God, I'm so glad that I figured out my problem by myself without the help of that group at all. Because I said again, all they do is just go off and try to sabotage other people's lives just to go off and make themselves feel better into their own shitty style of a lifestyle. And eventually by the time you observe the character, who they are and what they do specifically, you're like, no wonder you're in that position. Don't fret, don't associate. You see my space now or something? That's going to be my future space for my hotel. You say you probably won't even catch me in certain hotels unless I won't go there into my office space, just because of the fact that you're dumbasses over there into my office space. So from now on, I probably won't be traveling unless I got 6 figures in my account. And then that's the type of space I'll be renting out. A space that doesn't have any room adjacent to it. Because again, when I was in that space here, oh my God, every single day, 365 times a day, full time a day, for time 3. 365 days, time 3, time 4. I'm sorry, 365 days, time 12. On top of my head, into my office, And then eventually you get to hear the people go off and try to talk in all sorts of different languages. So you go off like somewhat getting your attention, and then go off and try to like scratch your wall, do all sorts of noise on, especially use electromagnetic weapons, all sorts of stupid ass stuff. And I taught myself. So apparently that's the space you're supposed to get that protects you from that psychologically, and then disconnects you from the group. And then eventually the next thing you have to do in there is get your own oxygen tank. Get your Tesla system, go off and connect it out there, and then you connect to a unique system. That's where to your own internet line that only the police at this point can penetrate to, and then that's where they get compromised because they don't have a proper warrant. No, so the phone line over here, they infect with like updates that they force, and then they have listeners on the other hand over here to the corporations and the group, to the apps that they install, because they're in the front line. They're on the front with like the apps. So even an app like Walmart over here could be Fed infested, and you don't know that the feds are relaying information to the data network that go off and try to track you on the space here. So I said that by the end of the day, yeah. So I'm gonna get my Tesla system, and for my Starlink system. Yeah, so it's like getting your own fiber optic line for yourself. And then do my oxygen tanks on the space up. And voila, man. I get to stay sane, finish my work, and go off and be productive. I don't have to breathe that bad air, because I could just shut off the AC, and I get to be contained in there. I have my nice shower, my nice space. No, I'm still leave Vegas, because I don't trust that police group at all. Yeah, because again, the more and more they stick around, like depending on the place we're at, they're going somewhat improvise like crazy. So it's best to always go off like a different space. But this is the type of space you're supposed to be around. Not the spaces that where they have like neighbors around with the wall. Not the condos, not the apartment complex, not the hotels. I'm talking about specific. That type of space that you're supposed to be around. And then you get to maintain your sanity around that stupid ass virus. Yeah, as soon as I step up, definitely have like people go out to try to monitor what you're doing. So you go off and drive around. I'm like, how does that work? Like, do they just work in a corner area, and then eventually by the time they see me move, they come out? I was like, oh my god, these people are like so stupid. So yeah, mentally ill.